And it's weird because our brains are wired different as a result of that. Like women are more thrifty, they can organize, they can do more with less. Woman can make $32,000 a year. She'll have an apartment, it's fully furnished, clothes in the closet, food in the fridge. They make it work. Man can make $140,000 a year. He's sleeping on a futon. Fucking big screen TV, takeout all over the place, and he's drying off with sweatpants. We don't know what the fuck we're doing, man. And then we get mad when women come in and try to spruce up your life, you know what I mean? Ever have a woman move in and spruce your shit up? Now you got shit all on the back of your toilet. Rocks and candles and bullshit back here, plants. You gotta poop like this now. Like, huh? Oh yeah, it's nice. It smells good in here, huh?
Being a comedian in New York City is hard. That's why I turned myself into a comedy club. This is Comedy Club. I said, how you guys doing? We could do better than that. How's everybody doing? Hey everybody. What's the deal with peace? Am I right? Huh? This is beautiful. You could be my Paul Schaefer. Hey Paul, how was your weekend? Where's Max Weinberg when you need him? What the heck you doing? You can't take a camera? Security! What the heck's he doing? Get this guy, he's on the phone.
Nope. No photos, all right? No photos. Let me delete that.
You're tripping out? You're on LSD right now? One time I was talking to someone about cocaine, he was like, you do it when it's around. I was like, yeah, I do it when it's around. He's like, me too. I'm like, you're a cocaine dealer.
Are you part of the
She's the waitress. Give it up for Adele, everybody. Don't forget to tip her.
Is this a real thing?
She's a good thing. Everything's real, man.
I'll drink what would you have?
Dog, it's a 2-drink minimum. What do you think, we're doing this for free? Hey, man, get that out of my face. You know, people thought that I was part of Trump's wall.
Mexicans.
You just said Mexicans. Do you want to say another ethnicity? Chinese people.
That's China people. China people.
That's what you guys are. What do you want?
Oh, hi. You booked this place?
Yeah.
I'm a comedian. Can I like send you a tape or something?
Send me an email to larrythesockbooker@hotmail.com. I don't have any more time. Don't go. I need this. What the was that, lady? Are you nuts? Oh my God. Typical white women. There you go. There it is. She's sorry. She's on her phone. She's gonna. Hey, don't you have?
Interview me?
Don't you want to fucking take joy away from black people somewhere and call the cops? You psychopath. Dark Gates is here. Are you serious?
Thank you. How's it going? Yep, yeah. It's good to be in the park. Good to see everybody before dark. How you doing over there? It's all good.
What is this and why?
Don't act like you're not wearing this. What is this Eureka's Castle bullshit you doing now?
Is this even comedy or is it just making me uncomfortable as possible?
It's hard to tell anymore in 2018.
Hey man. Yeah, yo, I got 2 dads and 3 moms. 2018, so what?
Oh shit. Could I have one of your moms?
Hello, welcome to Feud, everybody, the game show of hilariously bad opinions. I'm your host, Lemaire Lee, and we have a wonderful, magnificent, great episode for you. Tonight we have Dave Temple, and we also have Tom Cassidy, 2 forces meeting, and let's see if they'll move each other. I don't know. For those who know the rules of the game, here's the rules of the game. Feud, we have our competitors. They will each present an opinion for 2 minutes, and then the person that is not presenting the opinion will debate against the opinion for 1.5 minutes, and then you, the audience, will decide who gets the point by putting P or C in the comments. P for pro, C for con, and yeah. So we would like you, remember when you're voting, vote for the funniest opinion, the opinion that you think was presented the funniest. Don't think with your brain because that'll hurt. Don't think with your heart because that'll break. We here on Feud, we like to think with our genitals because that's what we use to make our best decisions. So now, let's start. we have to introduce our first comedian this evening, and it's Dave Temple. And let me introduce him right away. I'm sorry. He believes that being a man sucks. It's Dave Temple.
What's up? I'm good, man. That's a cute little giggle you have there.
Well, thank
It
you.
really lures white people in, Lemire. I like that. Like, no one can tell that you're an actual killer because he giggled.
Yeah, it's a trick. It's a trick.
I see. Get these white people eating out the palm of your hand. All right.
Well, Dave, why do you think why do you have the opinion of being a man sucks?
All right, so I was
You
a
keep
man.
forgetting to say black before man.
That depends on what part of Twitter you're on. All right, now, all right. So I'm gonna just say like this: I was a man for 10 years. All right, now let me repeat what I said. I was a man for 10 years. I'm 38. All right, the 10 years that I am referring to as far as being a man was being the head of a household, like being responsible for like other people, and the real only reward is just sex, which I was getting before I started being a man in the house. Like it's pointless. It's too much to worry about. How much I realized how free I am of that. All right, a year ago I had a giant big bald spot coming out. That's the reason why I filmed my special bald. My hair was falling out and I had to think about everything. 2 days ago, it was supposed to snow here in New York, and I was up morning, going for my morning jog, and I'm looking at all the cars, and I'm like, why does everybody have their windshields? I had no idea, right? Like I don't like, 'cause I don't have shit to worry about. Like I don't have to worry about car, oil change. I don't care about radiator. Like I love watching a car drive by now and hearing the brakes squeal and go, "Yep, not my fucking problem." Like
Yeah.
I love going. I went to so many nice houses during this pandemic to do private shows, and I would be like, this is nice for right now. Sucks to be you when the bill comes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like it's just I am so in being a man sucks, dude. And you don't get to cry about it. Like you don't get it's like
Yeah.
you did it. But it's like, okay, for what you were getting, the pussy has worn out. Like and I don't mean it in a bad, it's just like there's no further incentive, but being a man just gets harder and harder as you go, and it's a raw deal.
Wow. I never thought about being a man like that. I've only ever been a boy, I guess. Thank you, Dave. That was great. Tom. Oh well, we have another comedian for you here today, and he believes if you take public transit and you don't wear a mask, the cops should be able to shoot you. Give it up for Tom Cassidy. Tom, hello. How are you, dude?
Good to be here.
Yeah.
All I heard from Dave's opinion was that he doesn't take care of his children anymore. That's all I heard.
Yes, my babies, my car.
Yes, I think cops should be able to shoot people who don't wear masks on the train or the bus. Listen, cops aren't allowed to shoot people like they used to, and they want to shoot somebody. So I think it should be the people who don't wear masks on the train. Because listen, if you're outside, I understand not wearing a mask if you don't want to. That's your preference. But when you're like putting other people in that situation and making them feel uncomfortable, you're a drain on society. Literally, you're like if you're in an enclosed space with somebody right now in the winter during this pandemic and you're not wearing a mask, I think that there really is nothing else for you to do to them except to shoot them. Because nobody who doesn't wear a mask on the train is going to like understand that they're wrong. Like a normal person can't go up to a person not wearing a mask on like a train and be like, "Hey, do you mind putting a mask on?" They're just going to stab you, or they're going to yell at you, which is almost as bad as stabbing you because they're not wearing a mask ever and they're just spitting on you. So I think it's obvious that they should be shot.
Okay. Well,
like free everybody from jail who like sold weed or anything like that.
but shoot
like,
everybody not wearing a mask on the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair. Okay. Garrett, how do you vote? Well, I don't know. I wear a mask. What if I get caught without a mask on the bus? What if you make a mistake? How many warnings do you get?
What's your
okay.
how do you get caught on the bus without a mask?
I don't. If the cops there and you're just like, oh shit, like if they're there,
But
it might be too late.
You know, it's fascinating too, though, and I don't know. Are we supposed to debate it?
Oh, no, but you can. I was going to ask you, Dave. How do you feel about Tom's opinion?
Oh, okay. I think this is fascinating because I don't necessarily agree with we should not be wearing masks, but when we get to the point of we're ready to inflict violence on people who don't wear the mask, we've kind of lost it, right?
Yeah.
Like this is right up there with like, oh, he's not circumcised, kill him. Like, you know what I mean? Or like, oh, he's not wearing the right hat. Oh, okay, kill him. Like, it's a fascinating thing and you watch how we get divided that way on some like, if this is where I stand on it.
Okay.
It's okay to kill you.
And Tom, how do you feel about being a man?
I mean, I think I understand Dave's take on like that type of man, but like I'm interpreting it as like being a man is the best thing in the world, and that's why everyone's trying to take us down because it's the best. So like, that's why it's been the best for so long. And but yeah, fuck taking care of your family.
Yeah. Women use us. They use us to build things and put stuff up, all right?
Yeah.
A woman has ever begrudgingly asked you to hang a shelf, guess what? You were violated. If a woman has ever asked you to open a jar, guess what? You were violated. She's using you for your body.
Yes. They should stop that. Now we get to the game. That was a little now it's a little more intense. It'll be a little bit more intense, and I'll be keeping track of the time. So you say pre-cum?
Yeah, a little pre-cum.
Yeah, exactly. Just get everyone all warmed up. So we're going to go with you first, Dave. And your first opinion is crying over video games is a sign of greatness. And you have 2 minutes to debate this, and your time starts now.
Absolutely. Crying over video games, right? Do you guys remember the people who did it? Do you remember how embarrassing that was, man? Like, and we used to really, really shame kids that would lose it. Now, have you ever watched a child lose a game and then just walk away without a care in the world? Like, if you ever saw a kid with no vested interest in this fucking game, what did you pick up the sticks for, man? Like, you had no intentions on winning? Like, this kid, if you're crying, this kid got introduced to a game and he focused on the point. He said, okay, we must win by any means necessary, and things weren't working. And the crazy thing is, he stays in the pocket. He sit there, he's crying, he's frustrated. That kid is fucking, like, he's determined. He's going through his process, and it gets ugly. No one wants to hear a kid in his room going through his process. All that bullshit, right? And the thing is, you assume that this is some pussy shit. You immediately look at a kid crying over video games like, this motherfucker's a bitch. But no, he's locked in to passion. And like, when you're losing in a video game, there's nobody to lash out against. You know what I mean? This is a kid who's also smart enough to realize I can't just slam the controller. You know what I mean? I still need it to do the next round. And he's channeling with I don't know what that is, you know what I mean? But I call it greatness. I call it greatness to see a kid cry over a video game and go back, even if it gets him beat. You understand? Like, a kid will get beat for crying over a video game and will still try the game again another day Right, you know, like with the whole, like, I even know the consequences if I lose. That is like, you're setting so much challenge for yourself. You're a champion. You're a fucking champion playing under those conditions. Keep crying.
Time. Wow, Dave, great arguing. As a child of crying while playing video games, I'm glad you appreciate us that way. I've concussed myself several times playing video games. So, do you cry when you play video games?
I have as a kid. It was shamed out of me. It was really shamed out of me. I have to think about that now. Like, I was right. I should have been crying more.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. To get it out, you should have been getting it out more.
I don't know. Just learning to harness that, you know, whatever that greatness is.
Yeah. Okay. Garrett, Garrett Hart says, you think Jordan never cried after a loss? The greats get invested, which is, that's true. But Jordan or Garrett, you also voted a little bit early. I'll open up the votes. You'll know, but thank you. Tom, it's your turn. You have a minute and a half to come back, and your time starts now.
I'd like to start by saying every child I played video games with as a kid who cried is now addicted to Percocets. I don't know if that's a coincidence, but a really important lesson to learn in life is you can't really, you can't know what's going to happen. All you can do is react to how it happens. So I think that crying at a video game is a real sign of weakness in a child. I think the cops should shoot them if they cry. Because, man, listen, video games are about having fun, you know? Like, cry when your grandmom dies, man. And, like, yeah, Michael Jordan cried when he, like, would lose a serious game that he was making money for. I don't think video games are a time to get, like, that invested emotionally to cry. I know, like, video games are getting better with, like, stories and stuff. And if you're crying because, like, I played Miles Morales on PS4, even though it's better on PS5. Lemaire's eating during my counter opinion. I'd like to get 5 extra seconds.
I'm rolling a blunt. Please, you have your time.
Fair enough. I think if the story of the game moves you, because video games are getting better, then I think that's okay, because you're looking at it through like an emotional level. If you like lose playing like 2K or like a fighting game or something, I think that you're bitch made and shouldn't fucking cry. You should just have fun and enjoy yourself. Cry. There's a lot of things to cry about, and playing video games isn't fucking one of them.
Wow. Well, great job, Tom. Great question. Great retort. That was great. Well, now, everyone in the comments, it's your turn. This is where we open the votes. You vote P for pro, which is Dave's opinion, if you believe that crying during video games is a sign of greatness, and you vote C, con, which is Tom's opinion, if you don't agree with that in the chat. So Dave and Tom, you guys go back and forth now. You're fucking it's all out now.
That to me is hilarious that you will cry for the story, but not the passion, and you call that bitch assness though. Like, that's because it's so funny to get emotional over the story and be like, hey,
well, it's a testament to the storytellers in video games. Dude, have you played Miles Morales?
No.
His friend, he dies in the end. It's very sad and moving. So, like, you know, I think that's different because you're being taken on a journey as opposed to, you know, like I said.
Dude, my life is a journey. I got real friends that died. I don't need to fucking video game reminded me of that horse shit.
But that's why I'm crying, because I remember my dead friends in real life that aren't on PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
I feel you. Yeah.
You were crying because you were playing Miles on PlayStation 4.
Yeah. Clearly, we go to video games for two different things, you know?
I was crying because Spider-Man was black.
He's actually Puerto Rican, right? Latino. Right?
Yeah, he's like, and I'm just kidding. I love Miles Morales. He is my Spider-Man.
He's half black. He's half black, half Puerto Rican, I think. It's just Spider-Man.
Well, Morales is his last name, so that means the dad would be the he's there, right? Like the dad's the Puerto Rican.
Yeah, it's weird actually.
I think
his
his dad's-
mom actually is Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Oh, she didn't give him his name.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
See, you see why being a man sucks?
Video game man.
By the time now, Miles Morales, the one good thing that comes out of this kid, and the dad's getting no credit, you know?
Okay.
And he dies.
You guys
Who,
want
the
to call
dad?
this round?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he does die. He's a cop.
So he dies in the White Spider-Man game.
Yeah.
Oh, is
The
he
first
enforcing
one,
the
yeah.
mask rules?
Yeah.
Well, you guys, I'm calling that round. And Dave, you got the point. Give you the coin. You got the point. That was a solid round. Now we got go to the next round. And Tom, it's your turn for your first opinion. And your opinion is, we should not allow holograms of dead people to exist. You have 2 minutes to talk about it. Your time starts now.
I think that holograms, as they stand, are one of the greatest dangers in society right now. I think that if you're alive and you project a hologram of yourself somewhere, then I understand why that could be a good thing now. But to have a hologram of a dead person is devil shit. Like we talk about, like, you know, people who actually died in real life and like died in video games. This is like, it's like you're melding the two. Like, let that person like be in peace. Like, you don't need like a Whitney Houston hologram or like a Whitney Houston Amy Winehouse. They're gonna go to the hologram coke dealer, and no, but it's just I do think it's like devil shit, because then it's like you're putting words in the hologram's mouth, and it's like, who's giving you the right to do that? Like, that's what broke up Kim and Kanye's marriage. Hologram Robert Kardashian.
Oh, yeah.
Hologram Robert Kardashian wished Kim a happy birthday and said that Kanye was a great husband, but Kanye was the one who wrote the words. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. Like, now I think Kanye's gonna hire Robert Kardashian's hologram to be like his divorce attorney, and then like, where does it stop? I just think there's gonna be like a bunch of hologram like lawyers. Hologram Johnny Cochran, we need that. Hologram Alan Dershowitz, even though he is alive, but will pretend to be dead, like he's fucking General Palpatine in Star Wars. It's just a very dangerous thing to play with, and we don't need dead hologram people ruining our lives more than they already have.
Wow. Great questions. Great answers, Tom. Great opinion presenting. We have a question from Pepper Goins. What if it's a hologram of a hot ass dead chick?
Yeah, any type of dead person shouldn't be a hologram, even if it's a hot chick.
I love that
Like,
mouth breathing answer. Dude, what if she's fucking hot though?
Yeah, it's also it's not like you can touch it.
Yeah, you can't touch it.
Mad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but like big tits. Hologram big tits. No.
Okay. Well, thank you, Tom. Great job presenting your argument. Dave, it's your turn, and you have a minute and a half to come back. Your time starts now.
Yeah, I would have agreed for the simple fact that when it goes to comedians, you start bringing up the greats, a lot of us are going to have trouble finding work, right? But, yeah. I mean, you can't be mad at people for wanting to play with devil shit or wanting to play with God shit, you know what I mean? Like, how else are we supposed to manipulate massive amounts of people? Like 80% of the population are dumb and they should not be thinking on their own. They need a hologram who is giving them a message on what to do. Like, we can't leave 80% of the population just with no message for 24 hours a day. Someone has to put that kinetic energy, or what is it called? You need to make it kinetic energy. Like, these dumb people are sitting around doing nothing. So someone has to, like, the only way to reach them is through holograms.
Okay, we're gonna open up the votes, guys. You vote P for pro in the chat if you agree with Tom and his opinion, which is that holograms of dead people shouldn't really exist. And in the chat,
Or vote C if you're for hologram Hitler, like Dave over here.
Hey, look, you heard the man.
Hey,
You guys
man,
can-
yeah. I'm reading Hitler's book right now, and I'm telling you, a hologram would really drive this wrong.
Yeah, this is the perfect time for a Hitler comeback. This is the perfect time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Hitler dropped a fresh Mein Kampf remix. It'd be over. Yeah,
I think Hitler is on TikTok right now.
Really? Hitler has a TikTok.
Someone created that account.
Oh man,
1 million followers.
Tom, you gotta do some more. Why do we want no more hologram? Why do we want holograms of famous people going? Like, cause I love Michael Jackson and I love the Michael Jackson hologram. You know, I like some Tupac. You know, and I like
No, and I have a joke about this. Maybe he raped those kids and maybe he didn't, but isn't maybe enough to not have a ghost version of him moonwalking across a smoke-filled stage? Heeing. Not necessary.
Well, Tom, I have an answer. My answer is yes. It is worth it. I think it's worth it. No.
That's where the stories come from, man. You're essentially redoing Peter Pan. Like, we all need a Captain Hook. So holograms of awful people.
Yeah.
And then hologram Michael Jackson starts molesting hologram children.
Yeah.
Hey, they're not real, man. They're in the world. They're not real.
Although I recently read a theory that was the whole thing of Peter Pan and the Lost Boys. It was like Tinkerbell is like such a not realistic chick that it's like that's how dudes are. They like rather hang out in packs and like with an unrealistic version of what a woman is. You know what I mean?
No. That's deep.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, who the fuck went that deep?
Yeah. Somebody's
Someone
PhD
took
was
mushrooms and watched that show.
Yeah. Okay, guys, that's the end of the vote. And Dave, you got another point. That's 2-0, Dave.
Kicking Tom's ass.
Yeah, kicking his ass, yeah.
I'm like Trump out here. Whatever the fuck I want. Matter of fact,
It's hard being a fan.
I'm gonna go outside and shoot somebody, and you can still vote for me.
Well, Dave, I think your next opinion might change people's mind because your next opinion is anyone masturbating in public is right. You have.
Oh yeah, yo.
Yeah,
I'm gonna explain this, and once I win this one, I'm dropping the mic on you bitches. You ready? Go ahead. Ding me in. All right, man. Here's the deal. So 2021, my motto is this: you're right, I'm wrong. I don't give a fuck what it is, man. Like if you feel strongly enough about doing something, obviously it must bring you some sort of joy. So let me hear it out, right? So now, when I look at someone who is masturbating in public, feverishly, which happens very often on the train, and it's still happening during COVID. During COVID, people are still masturbating on the train, mask under their neck, and you go, wow, what is that? What is that? And you realize, okay, how do we feel after we masturbate? Everybody feels good. Even if it's fleeting, even if it's only, but so when you think about the day that those people stormed the Capitol, I was home masturbating. I didn't even know that was going on. And it bothered me to know that while I was feeling the way I was feeling, those men were feeling the way that they were feeling, right? Now, when I look at a guy masturbating on the train, I realize he feels the way I feel that day, and everyone else on the train feels like the people storming Capitol Hill. They're all up. They got a goal, but it ain't really what they want to do. This ain't really. How did you get into this? Why are you in this morning commute? Look at this guy over here on the train beating off, bringing himself happiness while you're all sitting there. None of you don't even have the balls anymore to say something to somebody to be like, will you knock it off? Like, we're all so in la la land, not living life that we're like, whatever. That guy is right. That guy's living life and he's chasing happiness, and you all should be doing it too.
Time. Wow. Dave, once again, tremendous presentation of your opinion. That was a great You make me want to go beat off on a train.
Drop the mic on this bitch. Yeah, man.
Thank you. And Tom, it's your turn. You have a minute and a half to retort, and your time starts now.
You know, the word that keeps springing to my mind is selfish. You know, you said like someone beating off on a train is, again, going back to our point of the person without the mask on. So like someone who beats off on the train should be the first person to have a mask on, because they're doing something illegal, but they're selfish. So it's even more fucked up to jerk off on a train now because of the pandemic, because you're fucking the person up two different ways. You're jerking off and you're not wearing a mask. The cop should shoot you twice. It's fucking fucked up, man. You can't. First of all, it's exactly like the mask on the train thing, except worse, because you're coming onto somebody. So like, you know, again, it's just a selfish thing. And you know, I know that we're on a comedy show right now, and it's really funny to say that it's cool to jerk off in front of people, but what it really is sexual assault. And they should be shot twice. Now, if they're jerking off and have a mask on, if you're jerking off and you have a mask on, I'm not sure, because you're confusing me and you're making me ask some questions.
Time. Wow, Tom, you also presented a great against argument. This is going to be a tough one. Audience,
let them go ahead and talk. I just want to address the selfish point, because I do agree.
Let me open up the votes. Guys, vote P for Dave and C for Tom. All right, okay, good.
Yeah, I thought they were going to do that. Yeah, I agree. It's selfish, but the thing that's so fascinating is when you look at the person on the train who's not masturbating, right? And you look at the person on the train who's not. Yeah, the person who's just riding the train normal, like a normal human being.
Not hugging their dick.
This person was already being inconvenienced by ignoring the dick. Post-pandemic, this person is being double inconvenienced by wearing a mask and ignoring the dick. At what point do you realize the more you comply, the less happy you will be? This guy doubled, never complied, and he's as happy as a pig in shit.
I would say that maybe it's his one fleeting moment of happiness to make everybody on the train as miserable as he is the other 23 hours and 45 minutes when he's not jerking off on somebody on the train. It comes from fucking a deep hatred of someone's self, and they're just trying to spread it around to everybody else.
Could
one
go the other way around.
Dick wag at a time.
Because instead of making everybody feel uncomfortable, it should motivate you to realize, you know what? I can do that too. I can create happiness. We've got 11 more stops. You know what? Let's all pull out our dicks and let's all come together and make this train ride something special.
That's unity right there.
I know I'm supposed to fight with you on this, but that's actually hard to fight that one. I don't even really need to see the result.
Well,
that's my baby, Maury. That ain't mine.
It's 3-0.
Like, what's that Spartacus thing? Like, I am Spartacus. No, I am Spartacus. No, but it's just with everybody beating off.
Yeah, I'm the guy who jacks. I am the guy who jacks.
Yeah.
No, Dave, you won that one again. That's 3-0. So, Dave, this is up to you. Since it's 3-0, Tom has one more opinion. We can have a double or nothing, or you could just take the win.
So I get to be arrogant?
Yeah.
I get to go double, and I get to walk away right now, or I could be an asshole and wager it all? Do I look? Of course I'm going to wager it all.
Oh, okay, all right, okay. He's going all in. So
let's make it a true daily double, man.
So Tom, this is your turn, and your opinion is if you live in an apartment with someone and they work from and I'll try again. I'm sorry. Take two. Tom said, if you
We'll
live in
fix it in post.
Yeah, we'll fix it in post. Yeah.
No, he won't. He didn't even make up his bed, bro. He's not fixing shit. This is going out just like this.
It's live anyway.
It's live. It's live. It's too late to fix anything. Yeah. If you live in an apartment with roommates and they work from home, you should get a health insurance from their company. Tom, you have 2 minutes to debate, and your time starts.
Yeah. Listen, if you live in a house with somebody, I'm not saying that you should get health insurance from their company. I'm saying, if you're in one of these cities like New York and stuff like that, and you're in a small space with another person who is working from home all day, you basically work at that company. It's a vibe. It's an energy. If you're that close to somebody working for a company, then you should get something out of it. Like, you're not paying less rent. Like, a year ago, none of this existed. I'm not saying a year ago you could get out of the house. You have nowhere to go. So somebody should pay. These companies are getting away with, they don't have to worry about people staying at their offices or anything like that. I'm not saying that if you live with somebody and they work, you should get money, but you should be taken care of somehow. Healthcare is a universal right. And if you're hearing somebody work all day, you should be getting something for it, and you should be getting health insurance. Also, I live with my fiance. She works from home. I do all the cooking like a janitor. I clean like a fucking janitor, cook like a chef, fix her computer like a goddamn IT guy. I deserve health insurance from her company. I am, and it doesn't have to be a girlfriend or a boyfriend, just someone that you live with. You're absorbing their shit. It might affect your health, and you should be compensated.
Tom, great opinionating.
You can't handle the truth.
No, I think I'm because yeah, if you're working on their computers, if you're fixing their computer, if you're getting her coffee when she's like a little tired, you're like, look, babe, I'll go get you. That's an intern work. You're an intern. You should get at least intern wages.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another argument. Maybe just an intern wages if you don't want to give me health insurance. But
yeah. Okay. Thank you, Tom. Oh, Pepper says apartments don't exist here. He's in Mississippi. Apartments don't exist in Mississippi.
All right, let me try to say it for him. If you're in a swamp, right?
Yes.
And you're like best alligator friend.
Yeah.
Has a job and you got to be around him all day, you should be getting some of that alligator health insurance.
Some of that gator money.
Gator money.
Dave, it's your turn. You have 1.5 minutes to retort, and your time starts now.
Oh, I'm about to tear this shit up. You privileged. Listen, all right. I'm put it to you like this, right? Because you're living in quarters, you got to deal with each other's shit, and it could be any relationship. So let me just put it from the perspective of siblings, right? You could live in a room with a sibling and you got to tolerate their shit, whatever's going on. Now, one of you motherfuckers is mine. The other one got a different daddy. Does that mean what I'm dropping in for my son, this other motherfucker's supposed to get? Get the fuck out of here. Like, no. Just because my son getting Christmas gifts and your dad ain't doing shit, but y'all share the same room, you ain't entitled to no Hot Wheels, motherfucker. Like, hey. That's the way the shit was dealt right now. Sorry you share a room with somebody whose dad gives a fuck, but the cards didn't roll out in your favor. Now you're more than welcome to get out. You know what I mean? Do not touch none of my son's shit because the shit I'm sending over there is for the motherfucker in that room that I care about. All right. And so, just I'm only telling you this once. Don't make me have to get your mother involved with, touching my son's shit. I'm sorry. Yeah, no health insurance for nobody else.
That's time. Wow, that was.
Why is my brother not wearing a mask and jerking off in front of me all the time?
You guys, if you vote P if you agree with Tom, and vote C if you agree with Dave. Votes open.
My God.
You gotta retort, cut Tom, because you gotta come back.
These are fun.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I enjoyed Dave doing that little allegory about black love and how
Yeah.
it affects children. But I
Black
don't think
love,
that's
you lived in a house like that. What are you talking about? You know you got more shit than your brothers.
But I mean, I'm saying that someone having a different dad is different than you having to listen. It was a good argument, but I think it's different because a company is different than a parent, and they are inconveniencing people and basically making WeWorks into people's apartment.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, family's one thing, a company's another.
That's from the Fast and Furious. You didn't write that. It's a Vin Diesel line.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna call it, and Dave, you got the dub. You got the super dub. It's a super dub. It's 6-0.
I'm about to go outside and shoot somebody. I swear to God, man. Jesus Christ, is this what 45 felt like? I'm hanging a picture of Trump on my wall tonight.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you, guys. Dave, as the winner, do you have anything to plug right now?
Yes, man. My new comedy special. We have been out for 1 month. The second one available on DaveTempleComedy.com. You can stream the audio on all streaming platforms, you know, YouTube, Tidal, Deezer, Amazon Music, Apple Music, all that stuff. But for the video, for the special, come to me exclusively for that, DaveTempleComedy.com. Tuesdays and Thursdays, consider this comedy, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For unpopular opinions. It's very similar to this. The mayor you were supposed to be on last night. What the fuck? What did you do? Jesus Christ. You're double booking during fucking quarantine? Really? You were never that important of a comic. How dare you double book yourself for anything? Jesus Christ.
He was busy not making his bed.
Yeah. Also, I have taken over as a new co-host of No Need for Apologies, so you can catch that Wednesdays at 1 p.m. on GasDigitalNetworkLive.com or Sundays to YouTube 3 p.m.
Yeah, man, fuck all of you for not voting.
Get a grip, motherfucker.
No, yeah, man, I got an album out right now on all the places you can get it called Funnymatic. And I host a new podcast with Anthony Moore called Top 9. And
I was on that. Go check out my episode.
Yeah, he's on the
Top 9 Chinese foods.
Lemaire, love to have you. But that's at Top 9 Pod on Instagram and Twitter. And you know, it's a new podcast, so try to listen to it and like and subscribe and shit. And Cassidy Comedy on Twitter, Instagram.
Hell yeah! All right, cool. Thank you guys for being here. You can leave the Zoom. Well, don't leave the Zoom yet.
Wait, this is live too, right? People on right now?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Well, I don't know where your people's is at or how many people on here, but if anybody interested in catching COVID this weekend, I'll be in Scranton and I'll be in Poughkeepsie. So, like, just inbox me on social media if you're in those areas and you want to come to the show. I'll give you the details.
Okay. Heck yeah. Yeah, go out, y'all. Thank you, guys. Don't leave the Zoom yet because it'll fuck up the video, but I'm going to end this real quick and I'll be right back for you guys. Hey, everybody. Wasn't that a great episode? Thank you guys for watching Feud. We're going to be back next week on Monday at 7. I don't know who it is yet. I'll let you know. So thank you guys. Please come back.